What's up, guys? Brian Phobos here. Happy Bitcoin birthday, 10 years. That's a pretty great accomplishment. Today I just want to talk about what coins that I'm looking at and where my buy orders are and all that kind of stuff. So back on December 11th was the last major kind of buy order that I did, and that was the day that Bitcoin hit 3,200, and I would actually feel like a boss if that ended up being the ultimate lows and I got those good prices. Since then, for the most part, I've pretty much been in a holding pattern, and a lot of it's because when I look at the Bitcoin chart on a macro scale, this still looks really, really bad to me. Now, obviously, if you zoom in more, it doesn't look too bad. Even zooming in at 2 years, it doesn't look as bad, like as if maybe it's blown off. But when I look at stuff like Nano, for instance, it's went and it had the boom and then the complete blow off for the most part. And I've been hoping that Nano and IOTA would be kind of canaries in the coal mine, so to speak, that essentially, since there's no miners dumping it, that it would actually kind of like give us an indicator when the market was back healthy, and it would actually rise faster. Once everybody's washed out that has to kind of sell for various reasons, which, I mean, that could continue to happen for a long time. And that's one of the reasons that, obviously, even as we start to maybe go back up in the future, there's still going to be people that need to sell for various personal reasons, so they could continue to get pushed out. And that's why things, level off and then start to come back up slowly. And then it's not until later on, when kind of mentally the critical mass is reached, when it would go parabolic or something again. But if you look at the circulating supply of IOTA and you look at the max supply, it's every coin is in existence with these DAGs. Same thing with Nano. You see that the circulating supply and the max supply is the same. So we don't have miners that are mining and have to like perpetuate their operation by selling some of the coins to pay for electricity and equipment. That's why that I say that maybe it would be a canary in the coal mine, but it's really hard saying. Obviously, we did have a pretty aggressive pump by Ethereum. Ethereum prices had obviously gotten really low. And when I look at the Ethereum chart, this actually, I guess, kind of looks a little more healthy. But we don't know how long these long tails would be of like this blow off phase. Like, how long would this long tail be? And that can be a very, very frustrating process, because in 2015, that's what we went through. It was just everything was like flat line, like everything looked like it was on its deathbed almost. It was terrible. And it's just like, why won't this stuff move? It just wasn't very fun, to tell you the truth. If we look at the stuff from the all-time highs, I mean, it's still, obviously, a lot of this stuff is close to 90%. Bitcoin Cash, 95%, but that's kind of thrown off a little bit. But everything else, EOS and XRP and Ethereum, 90%. And then you got Bitcoin down 80% from its all-time high, essentially. Various other ones you can kind of throw out of the equation. Bitcoin SV, that's not a good sample size on that one. And then Binance coin has actually held up pretty well. So, and that actually makes sense. And I do have a little bit of that, but I actually don't have as big a position in that as I would like, I guess, in some respects. But the thing that always worried me about Binance is if, let's say, if the U.S. government would crack down and say, hey, you got to like really get really aggressive on the KYC, I think that Binance would actually be a lot less popular than it is right now, and so that could devalue the BNB token. But they do have a lot of stuff in the works and everything that's pretty awesome, and they're being really aggressive, and for all practical purposes, they've actually been a pretty good exchange. I've been really happy with them, and I don't feel like they're out there trying to screw people over like HitBTC. I'm really still upset. A year ago, HitBTC never gave me the Ignis airdrop, so any of us that were trying to get the Ignis airdrop never got it, and I've cussed them out on Twitter many, many, many times. And obviously there's recent situations with HitBTC locking people's accounts and stuff, and there's a lot of drama, and they always lie, and somebody needs punched in the face over there, actually. But I mean, that's my main assessment right now. I'm just kind of in a holding pattern. with what I'm doing. I'm not doing any super aggressive buys, and we'll see what happens over the next week or two. If things drop down to 2,800 or 2,500, I'm definitely buying again. I have money queued up, but for right now, I'm just kind of chilling out. There's nothing that's, screaming buy me right now. But what about you guys? Do you see any great buys out there, stuff that you're wanting to take a position in that you hadn't taken before? Leave a comment below, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel here, and also follow me on all other social media. Steam it, Twitter, Instagram. See you guys later.